back to Stop, Drop, and Roll! We are a group of friends turned found family who love ourselves some Dungeons and Dragons. My name is Daniel Kim. I'm the DM here at Stop, Drop, and Roll, and thank you guys so much for joining us. I'll just go ahead and move it on straight to the cast. So first up on the docket, Gavin.
Sup, I'm Gavin. I play Poe Swiftmiss, the halfling warlock ranger, and Poe's pronouns are he, him.
Perfect. And right down the line, Andrew.
It's me, Andrew. I play ZHOKO, the human vengeance paladin, ready to venge.
Ooh.
ZHOKO's pronouns are he and him.
Awesome. And why don't we do Kyle?
Hello, I'm Kyle. I play Arthur, the gnome chronergy wizard, and his pronouns are he, him.
Perfect. Becca?
I'm Becca. I play Fen, the Eladrin elf sorcerer, ready to source, and Fen's pronouns are they, them.
Awesome, awesome. And today we have a very, very special guest with us. So why don't we go ahead and kick it over to Jared, the DM.
Hi, I am Jared, and I will be playing a surprise guest character today. I don't know how much you want me to say.
Just pronouns for right now. Just pronouns for right now.
The pronouns for the character will be he, him.
Awesome, awesome. We're so
Loyal.
stoked to have you. We are. This is our first time having a guest character on the show, so this will be really, really exciting.
I am very excited as well.
It'll be really, really awesome. So look forward to that later in the session. We will only be going till about 2 o'clock today. It'll be a little shorter because we actually have something very, very special prepped for you all this upcoming week. And I'm going to kick it over to Gavin for that announcement.
Hey, I'm Gavin. You may know me from my my role as Poe Swiftmiss on the fantastic show Stop, Drop, and Roll over on Twitch. Here to give you the announcement that I am actually going to be DMing a one-shot next week. It is called An Invitation. It is going to be D&D 5e, same as usual. And it's going to be like a mystery haunted mansion sort of a vibe. Very spooky, very mysterious. And it'll be featuring all these same people that you see every week. Everyone is rolling new characters, whole new isolated story. Yeah, should be fun. So look for that next week. Our usual stream time. We'll be airing it then. See you then.
Yeah. That'll be super, super exciting. That will be taking the place of the Grim Troupe next week and probably for the week after that. So look forward to that. It'll be a short, really contained little one-shot, which should be a really fun experience for you guys. And we'll be back right with the Grim Troupe as soon as that ends. So don't you worry. We're still going to be here. We promise. And I guess last of all, just go and give us our social media announcements and we'll get right in it.
Hell yeah. Well, for those of you who don't know, we're also on YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter. On YouTube and Instagram, you can find us at Stop, Drop, and A&D Roll D&D. And on Twitter, we're at SDR_D&D. And we'll post, when our streams are. You can watch previous episodes of the campaign on YouTube. We'll have polls and questions for y'all. So yeah, give us a follow, give us a like, subscribe, all that cool shit.
Yeah. Awesome. A lot of announcements today, but there's just a bunch of exciting things down the pipeline. Thank you guys so much for bearing with us, and we're so excited to bring you all this new fun things that we're doing here on the channel for y'all. I guess without further ado, I think that's all our announcements for today. So, go ahead and grab a drink, have a seat, and get ready for some hot dice-based storytelling.
and revive me with my hands.
Incredibly rude. Incredibly rude.
Please.
All right.
You
and...
guys would know this already, but for Aura of Protection,
Uh-huh.
oh no, actually Aura of Courage, you guys can't be frightened when you're within 10 feet of me and I'm conscious because you're more afraid of me than anything else.
Oh my gosh. And
God.
we're back. All
That's
right.
too good.
Welcome back, y'all. So, last we left off, the Grim Troupe, having been in the town of Babelbrook, found this disturbing sequence of events where a bunch of demons were invading the Feywild, and tasked by the city of Sanctuary to help, and also personally moved by Fenn's connection to this place. The troupe went off to go defeat these demons. In the process of doing so, they found that there was these black vials that were being crushed and stuffed into the mouth of certain residents of the Feywild, turning them into these horrible, like, corrupted versions of their Fey selves, which was really awful. And then on top of that, they, as they were following the trails greater over to the west, they found the source of the demonic corruption, this rift and tear in reality, where it seemed the abyss of the demons was pouring out and bubbling out over onto the Feywild plain. They found a two-headed Baelor, seemingly a captain of Demogorgon's forces, guarding the entrance, and they all rushed into action to defeat that person and seal off the entrance. More demons kept spawning out of the portal, but the troupe was very, very resourceful in not only killing the Baelor, but shoving back several other demons that were coming into the Feywild back into the portal. And then all together, as they surrounded the portal with the Remnant of Desolation, the bow that was in Poe's hand, a bunch of song and Fey magic that Fen and Solaris were both doing, and then a couple of the others supporting with their presence. The Feywild began to grow over the portal to the demons, sealing it away and seemingly stopping that incursion where they were. A victory for the troupe and for this plane. And with that, as they stand in front of this now closed up entrance, roots overgrowing this tear in reality, that is where we pick up our story today. There's a tense moment of silence as you guys all look over, breathing heavily, gashes and wounds and burns from the previous fight just all over. And as you guys stare out at this portal, it is now completely not visible, grown over by the magic that has been done by Fen, by Solaris, by the bow, and by all of your presence nearby. And as you guys all look over to each other, there's this giddy feeling of elation and relief and victory as you watch Solaris. This huge grin like comes across his face, and he pumps his fist into the air and cheers in celebration. He runs over to you, Poe, kind of offering up a high five. And he looks over to you, Fen, and he stretches out his arms as if to hug you.
Fen steps into his embrace and hugs him back hard and says, "Did you see that? Oh my god!
You did that!
I made plants grow. I've
Nice.
never done that before. I've only ever been able to, like, kill them. I can't believe I did that.
Yeah!
Poe, did you see that? Joker, oh my
Yeah,
god, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was your magic.
It's hard to believe.
It isn't for me. You are one of us. And I'm so proud of you.
Fen doesn't even notice, but they are just, like, openly weeping, tears, like, streaming down their face, and it's kind of, a surprising sight, I think, for everybody, because Fen is not normally vulnerable like this with emotion, but they're just so, like, wrapped up in the joy of what just happened that I don't even think they notice.
Oh, Solaris takes a seat, kind of nursing a couple of his wounds. Oh my god. Grim Troupe, you did it. Oh, you did it. Wow.
Is everyone alright?
Yeah. I just kind of find it hard to believe. Is is there one portal? Is this it?
Didn't you say there were 2 more?
Well, yeah. I mean, in other planes perhaps, but this was the only one that I thought there was in this plane. I think Poe's just shocked that like this group of like people like was able to manage this against demons. I think that says a lot for his inner, psyche. But I don't know. I honestly didn't think that was possible. So
Honestly,
Wow.
neither did I.
Yeah, that makes 3 of us.
this bow is the fucking shit, guys. Damn.
Whew. Solaris kind of like gets up on his feet and puts one hand on your shoulder, Fen, kind of smiling at you. And it's surprisingly kind of like paternal, which isn't something that you're used to feeling or knowing what that experience is like. All right, we've done good work. I mean, Poe, you said there might be no others, but I remember sending another squad to the south just in case. I feel like we should go back to Sanctuary and check in with them, see how the rest of the community's doing. Yeah.
All right, if you just give me 1 second.
Of course.
I just want to go over and just the portal area,
Sure.
take a look, investigate, just see if there's
Please.
what I see.
You can make a nature check or a investigation check for me.
Can I make an
Alright.
investigation as well?
Of
alongside
course,
him?
of course, you can make an investigation check.
I have a 26.
26. Wow.
15
I have a plus
for the
10
nature.
investigation, okay.
So investigation for you, Poe, or nature?
Nature 15.
Okay, cool. So you guys are getting slightly different things. Poe, with your 15 in nature, the roots that have grown up over the side were some of those like dark, corrupted roots that look to be like highly affected by the demon portal. But now as they've grown over it, you're trying to like investigate for any demonic essence and like feel if the plant has been corrupted in some way. It seems sealed.
Mm-hmm.
It seems very tightly sealed. There is, as you're kind of checking the ground, there is still corruption here. You imagine it'll take some time for the plant life to basically fight back against this. It's essentially like if an oil spill occurred, right? And nature slowly has to reclaim itself. But you kind of notice that there isn't more spilling out. It seems to be this was the extent of the damage. And it's a lot of damage, but something that nature couldn't, like definitely it could regrow over time. And as you're kind of investigating it, the roots that Solaris and Fen sang into existence, those look surprisingly very healthy, covering over the surface of where the demon portal once was. Artie, as you're making the investigation check, you're looking more or less at the signs of like wildlife and more at like any arcane, kind of anything that seems particularly off now in this moment, having finished. With kind of like a cursory glance and then a little bit more of a dedicated look around the portal entrance, there doesn't seem to be any more like ejection of that kind of demonic corrupting material, at least in this area. The ground is also, still corrupted, still desecrated, but you're also noticing that it's, at least doesn't seem to be getting any more saturation of that. It seems to, you guys seem to have stopped it.
And then what about like the bodies of the demons? Do they have any more of the vials on them?
As you look at the demons, the ones that you defeated, the Baylor exploded and then melted into the ground. You've noticed that a lot of the demons have
I remember that one.
to go. The other one that Fen banished, that one is still gone. Still gone now that Fen is completely concentrated on that spell and it's out of existence. And then the last one that you all shoved through the portal, there's no trace of it. You're looking around, and so you can't find any black vials remaining, unfortunately.
Okay. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I'm pretty shot up right now. Do we want to head back to Sanctuary?
I think that would be a good. As Solaris is in the middle of speaking, you hear like a distant streaking sound, like a flare going off, and you see like maybe in the distance, maybe something like maybe 5 miles to the north, a firework explosion go off. And the distant sound of what seems to be like maybe pan flutes and horns towards the north.
Yeah, we can definitely head back to Sanctuary if you think that's what's necessary. Solaris, can I talk to you for a second? Just
Solaris is
in
staring
private.
at the firework and at the sound. His eyes kind of having a bit of a shocked, faraway look. Yes, of course.
So Fen sort of just like pulls him away from the group. Look, I know that there's a lot going on and you've already done so much for me, but back when we were in the hot springs, remember they mentioned that acting group that came through?
The theater, yeah.
It was going towards the castle. You don't think that could be my dad, do you?
He kind of looks off into the side and like bites his lip as if he's not exactly sure what to tell you. That is the theater. That is the theater. It is.
I know that we've already, we've been gone for a long time, but if we could just quickly stop by, like I never thought I would ever be this close to meeting him, like really ever, and it just seems like it'd be a shame to pass it up, don't you think?
He looks at you. Is that what you want?
I think so, yeah. I think I'll regret it if I don't.
Okay. Then if it's what you
Fen-
want, then we'll
Do we hear any of this? Or are you off to the side?
They are
I
off to
sort
the
of took him aside.
Yeah.
I mean, you could
Okay.
be
Yeah,
eavesdropping
you
if
absolutely could be eavesdropping.
No, I wouldn't be. I wouldn't be.
Okay.
Only if they were like near us.
Sure.
Never mind.
Well, if that's what you want, then let's ask the group.
Great.
Hey, and he puts a hand on you for a second. You really should be proud of yourself for what you did back there. You don't have to prove anything to anyone anymore, right? You're an Eladrin.
Thanks.
Yeah. He
For the first
offers up
time,
oh, yeah, go.
I think I actually believe you.
Don't believe my words. You're the one who made the plants grow.
Then kind of like shrugs. They're like, yeah, whatever.
Go on. Let's talk to the group. You take the lead, okay?
All right. Hey, everyone. I know we're all really eager to get back to Sanctuary, and I don't blame you. I could use a rest myself, but do you think it would be all right if we took a bit of a detour up north? I think I might have the opportunity to meet my dad.
Wait.
If it's gonna take too much time, like, that's fine. We don't have to. It's stupid, I guess.
Are you saying where the fireworks are and people are celebrating? That's where your dad might be, and you're asking if we want to go there?
Yeah.
I look at Emran. Fuck yeah! Come on! What are we doing here? Let's go!
Yeah, let's go! A theater?
Theater? Fireworks?
Yeah!
Food? Yes!
Well, great. ZHOKO, Adi?
I'm pretty beat up right now, but as long as you guys can keep an eye on me as we travel, then I'm fine with it. It's not very far. Hopefully we should run into anything.
Right.
You want to take a quick breather?
Yeah?
If you guys don't mind, I would like to, but
Yeah, no,
doesn't need
that's
to be too
fine.
long.
I could use a break, and Joko's gonna kind of tip back, fall onto his butt and sit down, and pry parts of his armor off, and you just see like huge burns all over his front as he was right next to the baler when it blew up.
Yeah, no harm in taking a quick break. Getting our wind back in our lungs before we go.
Definitely not. Let's take a short rest. All right. Do you guys want to camp in this field, or do you guys want to camp outside of the little corrupted zone?
Do we still have those headaches?
You do. They're lighter now. Also, just go to make a quick intelligence check for me.
16 plus.
Yeah, awesome. You get it. Easy. Yeah, as you're kind of like thinking about it, you realize that like because of what Artie did, the magic that he cast, it was protecting you from this horrid like headache that was kind of like thumping through your guys' skulls. It might have even driven you guys crazy if that hadn't been put up. And you're realizing it now only after like you guys have finished the combat. Like that headache has gotten down quite a bit. It's a dull ache at the base of your skull now. Even now that there's no more like spewing like demonic taint here, but it's just kind of present in the vicinity and just kind of the air, like this miasma. But it's not as strong as it would have been if you guys were like still fighting the demons and the portal was open.
Gotcha.
Yeah, maybe move a little bit away from here, and then I can set up a hut.
Right.
Great.
Should be good.
Sounds good. So you guys climb back up to the valley and end up getting a little bit of rest for yourselves. So go ahead and take a short rest for me as you guys kind of sit around talking.
Okay.
All right, and
Do you
just
want
go
us to put our hit points?
Yeah. Just let me know how many hit die you guys are expending to heal up.
Okay, that only rolled 1.
So
I want to roll all 14 though.
Okay.
So that's pretty pog. So I'll just roll
Ooh,
13 more.
nice.
I rolled 90-10.
Damn, nice roll.
I know, right?
Yeah, really.
Nice roll, dude.
I'll roll.
$83. That's 96.
96, not
Ooh.
bad. Nice,
Feeling
very, very,
fresh.
very decent. All right.
Daniel, I'm gonna DM you something on Discord.
Sure, please.
Becca's DMing?
Ooh. Also, yeah, if you guys
I'm
want to,
the
if you guys
DM
want to do a
now.
little whisper, yeah, feel free to do that. Sometimes I'll miss it, so that would save my life. I'm bad at paying attention. I'm juggling a lot of things. When I almost killed Kyle last session.
It's okay.
While we're taking a short rest, I think I'm going to summon Abby, my familiar owl, for those who don't know. And hey, girl, look at this, huh? You've probably been cooped up in that other plane for a bit. You wanna take a little look? And I'm just gonna like extend my arm and like throw her up in the air to like check out all the mushrooms, just so she gets some air,
She kind of flaps up into the sky. Seems to be quite delighted as she kind of makes these like little aerial loops, just kind of like circling the area. Seems very, very free in this region. It's kind of nice watching your little dark feathered owl friend, just kind of like a dark like black speck amidst this like rainbow multicolored twilight area. Pretty interesting. A really, really wonderful contrast against the sky. All right, and with that, your guys' short rest comes to an end. All right, pack up your stuff, and you can begin to hear, it sounds like, even like miles away, you hear the dull sound of like stringed instruments, just kind of like lightly wafting over this area. Like there's normally just like flora and fauna sounds in general. So like the sound of this distinct music kind of stands out amidst the rest of the soundscape of the Feywild. Who is taking the charge?
Poe?
Well, Solaris, do you know where this troop is? Have you been there before? Do you think you
They
could
keep
lead us, or-
moving throughout the Feywild. They're traveling.
That's
But
right, you said that.
those fireworks are usually indicative of the start of one of their performances. I think heading off in the direction of that music is not a terrible idea.
Okay. Well, I know what we're doing. And I look at Emran and I just start running
Yeah.
in that
She
direction.
begins sprinting alongside you. All right.
Are they gonna run for the next 5 miles?
I mean, they could.
Artie's saying this in the
Yoko?
back with whoever's still there.
ZHOKO looks over at Artie and says, I'm not fucking running.
Do you think they're gonna make it, or are they gonna pass out by the time they get there? Anyone want to take bets? No.
I don't fucking.
Cool.
I mean,
You guys
if
are
we find
fine.
him
Are
on
you
the
asking
fucking
him?
road,
Are you asking me to bet
I'll
on
kick him in the
which
ribs.
one's gonna win?
No, I wanted to see if they were gonna pass out, if they're gonna run 5 miles there, if they're gonna be able to. I mean, I guess they both are.
I'll bet
athletic
10
adventurers,
gold.
so
I'll
they're
bet 10
probably
gold that they make it there without passing out.
fine. It's only 5 gold.
Hmm.
I said it is only 5 miles. They are athletes.
Well, we can see.
Yeah, but like 5 miles for their little legs, that's like 10, right?
Yeah. Okay, Fen, spot me.
All right, yeah, here you go.
Okay,
I
you
literally have
versus
no
me.
gold on me.
All right, Poe, I need you to make a Constitution check, please.
Constitution.
Emran is also going to make a Constitution check.
I give you 10, Artie?
No argument for
Oh,
athletics.
yeah.
You know what? I will allow athletics. I will allow
All right.
athletics. Yeah.
It's a 19.
Okay. Poe takes off, sprinting through the forest. Emran running even faster than Poe for the first leg, just like sprinting as fast as she can, like jumping over trees, doing acrobatics, flipping, and like getting super excited and hyped as she normally does. And you guys are kind of trotting behind, kind of tracking their thing. You lose sight of Emran after a bit. Poe just kind of jogging along at a steady pace, just racing. After about the first like 30 minutes or so, Poe is starting to get like far off into the distance. It's kind of hard to see his location. But as you guys are going along at about the 45-minute mark, you see a figure just lying down next to a tree, face down. Solaris looks to you at Artie and he just palms 10 gold into your hand.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
I'll give Fen. You get your 10 gold back.
Emran from within like the
Thanks.
tree root says, I'm just resting, okay? I'm not tired. I'm just taking a little nap.
As ZHOKO walks past them with the rest of everyone, you just kicks him in the ribs.
Shit.
A light kick in the ribs.
Oh.
I'll cast haste on Emran.
Whoa! I feel so like fast right now. Okay, here we go.
For the next, and then as she runs off, I say that'll last for a minute.
She does not hear you. She just keeps going. She starts sprinting forward again, even faster than she did before. And then after about a minute, you guys see her again, face planted on the ground because of haste's effect. As it ends, she's just exhausted, face planted on the ground again. Solaris just kind of like rubs his head and just like puts her on his shoulder and is like, "All right, let's keep going." Poe, go to make a survival check with advantage for me.
Okay. Oh, the first one's a nat 20. So.
I mean, don't get better than that. With ease, you sprint forward, kind of like showing the trail. You jog back a couple of like things, like telling your friends which way to go, and before long, all of you come at what seems to be like an opening, like meadow that spreads out into this like welcoming area that seems to be almost like this promenade, this like forest promenade that goes for about 50 feet. And over there's a couple of arches that seem to be like, you don't know how they were constructed in the middle of this Feywild, but there are a couple of arches that lead into what seems to be this massive amphitheater with these two gigantic trees kind of joining up their massive leaves into one structure, casting this canopy of light shadow over the stage. And there seems to be this kind of formed stone area that kind of goes back, creating a backstage area, a place where actors and other performers can go in and out. They seem to be in intermission right now. As you guys walk along this promenade, people are buying little snacks and drinks from little stalls along the side. All these vibrant colors of purples and reds and violets streaming through this area. And as you're kind of in this little promenade area, a couple people are calling out, snacks for intermission. We got nuts, we got little butterflies if you're into that, fried and not. People are giving off little things. There's some souvenirs, a couple of pamphlets and brochures. And there's also milling about. The audience is filled with all sorts of eclectic types. They are these obviously elven, mostly looking figures. Some of them a little bit more weird, kind of dryad with weird growths everywhere. It looks like a combination of a Gucci runway kind of fashion show and then what you'd see at a club. Some people are dressed in these masquerade masks with these very elegant, crazy robes designed by the most eclectic of people. Some of them are just naked. Some of them just are completely nude. There's a couple satyrs just with their dongle hanging out, walking around the promenade as you see these people milling about during intermission.
Wow.
Emrin, I'll get the snacks. You get the seats, okay?
I can't lift up my arms, Paul. I'm so tired.
Okay. Can you just sit somewhere?
Okay.
Just sit. We'll watch from here. Just sit. I'll go get us snacks.
She sits down and falls back as she lays down on the ground in the grass somewhere next to one of the stalls.
I grab a rock, a big rock, and I put it behind her as a backrest.
Okay. Sounds good. Popped crickets.
Do you have anything else?
Hello there, yeah. We have popped crickets, we have a lot of fried goods, fried butterfly wings, we have, we have a little delicacy. These are little popping worms. You put them in your mouth and they give you a little gush, Feel savory and wonderful.
Ooh.
Totally.
He takes a little handful and pops one of them in his mouth, and you hear, it's like a maggot that's been fried, and as he bites into it, it creates this gusher sound in his mouth.
It's a scene in The Lion King. Oh man. Those butterfly wings kind of look like chips. Yeah, can I get two bags of those fried butterfly wings?
Bag of butterfly wings, absolutely. We take gold here if you want. It'd be 1 gold for 3 bags.
Oh, okay. Here's 2 gold and I'll take 6.
Oh, all right. There you go. Comes out. There's these multicolored butterfly wings that seem to have been flash fried, so that they don't even have they have a light crispy batter layer, and then the wing with the eye kind of looking at you. If it's a little disturbing, but it also smells really good. So you're having this weird disconnect in your brain.
Maybe I just won't tell Emrin what this is. Maybe she'll think it's chips. Okay. Yeah, thanks. This looks great.
Of course, enjoy. We're getting ready for the last act, so I think they're going to be calling seats anytime now.
Oh, hey, do you know what the name of this troupe is?
Oh, yes, this is the Twilight Theatre. The Archphase players are currently the ones who are commissioned and hired by Lord Monomer to be here.
Great. That sounds great. Yeah, thank you.
Of course, enjoy the show.
You too, guy. And I go back to Emrin and I give her 4 of the bags because I know my sister.
She gets so stoked. She starts just chomping.
Daniel, can I cast Detect Magic?
Yeah, of course you can.
Yeah, I just wanted to kind of see if there's any interesting people in the crowd.
All right. Okay.
Anyone's lighting up with crazy magic on them or something.
Sounds good. Go to make a D20 roll, buddy.
Even.
Oh, you're good. So you're in the promenade. So about 60 feet in front of you is still the auditorium space. There's you always get like kind of the natural like kind of crazy magic essence from just the Feywild in general. But the one thing that's lighting up really in this area is the amphitheater. The amphitheater is like glowing red hot like magic.
What type of magic?
It seems to be some form of transmutation kind of transmutation evocation mix. It's kind of strange.
Evocation kind of scares me, but you know, we'll go with it.
Yeah.
I'm just curious.
Yeah. All right. You hear a small one person. It seems to be like a goat satyr. They're like more goat than they are satyr. But they're standing bipedal on two hooves, and they're kind of ringing this little bell. Places, places. Please, audience, take your seats. We're starting the last act of Karelin and Sehening.
Are there seats available?
It is, I mean, you're kind of like, you still have to enter in, the amphitheater, but, you imagine that there would be. There's a lot of seats around. There's like these like nice booths areas on the side, and then these like the open general audience pit that kind of climbs up to this like huge amphitheater. It's like a Hollywood Bowl basically, if you've ever been there, but just as if it was made completely out of nature.
Just a general seat will probably be fine for me.
Sounds good. All right. Do you guys all enter
Daniel?
in? Yeah.
I recognize
Yeah,
the
I
name
think probably-
Karelin, but does ZHOKO?
Yeah, you guys can make a, I actually don't think you guys even need to make a history check. You guys remember that there was the Temple of Corellon in Sanctuary. That was where you guys met Ilfenderel, the priestess. Also, Poe, you noticed that your bow has a name. It might be a little
and we saw it
related.
inside the temple as well, like on the paintings and stuff. Yeah.
I
He's
didn't
an
go inside the
archfey,
temple,
right?
so I
They're
probably
an
don't
archfey.
recognize it.
Yeah. ZHOKO, you can make a religion check if you want then.
Sure. 8.
8? Yeah, you don't know. You're not familiar.
I don't know, smile.
Maybe it's just a theater thing. It's just one of those weird theater things, you know? They're just doing some kind of, I don't know, arts for art's sake or something.
Jesus.
Dumb.
All right, you guys
Fuck me. Joko to himself is like, fuck me. These more fucking encouragement for these fucking nerds.
All right, do you guys start to enter the amphitheater? Try and find seats?
Yeah, I think probably we're trying to find seats together, but if we have to split up, I want to stick by Solaris.
Sure, sounds good. Solaris kind of looks over to you, Fen, and he says, well, if you've never been, the theater is quite, keep your eyes open, it's quite something.
I mean, I've been to theater in like Busan, but usually you gotta keep your eyes more on your purse than the stage.
You might want to do that here too. From far below, at the base of the stage, the sound of hundreds of instruments begin to tune slowly in unison, as it seems like the orchestra is preparing for their final act of sorts. You find yourselves taking your place amongst the crowd as people are murmuring and going excitedly to their seats, and you guys sit down in this one little section where it seems to be kind of like drawn off with enough room for all of you. As the crowd murmurs, Satyr and Elven stagehands make last-minute adjustments as the scarlet, magnificent curtain begins to slowly draw open at the base of the stage. The stage revealed remains in complete blackness, but the set is visible. A gorgeous rendition of the Feywild in splendorous beauty, gilded with golden lights of dusk that shift and move magically like holograms, and set pieces of flora and fauna that appear even more lifelike and beautiful than anything you've even seen here in the Feywild. And for a couple moments, you see a goat-like conductor rise to the stage and make a few taps at the stand. A lone, pale beam of light flushes the stage with the silhouette of a beautiful, androgynous-looking elven male figure who rises out of a massive growing lotus flower in the set. Adorned in soft blue and green hues, you watch as a mantle on his shoulder in the shape of a four-pointed star. He looks regal and majestic, like a bright star personified. A second beam shines directly opposite him as a gorgeous, slender, elven woman, as pale as the moon, descends from the top of the stage, floating down from the sky, dressed in gossamer silk that gleams like glitter. The man rises up from the floor, floating, as the woman descends slowly, and thousands of lights appear in the darkness, dancing and flitting around them in ribbons of color as the two figures come together in the air and embrace. But the thousand lights flicker and dissipate as a massive shadow is cast over their two forms. From the shadows of the gigantic double tree behind them, a massive figure begins to shudder and shake. The shape rises, threatening the two lovers, and the two horrid, bloodshot eyes cast red light over the two of them as these eyes open in the set and into the audience. The two descend from their embrace in the sky and turn to one another as they hit the floor and run as far as they can from the sight of the two gleaming eyes across the stage, up into the air and down into the front of the orchestra pit. As the man and woman find a moment of respite from the eyes far downstage, you watch as the male turns to his side and, with a gasp of pain, pulls out what seems to be bone from his rib that extends outward into a massive curved shape. It extends to the shape of a longbow. The woman, taking her gorgeous long white hair, plucks it and weaves it into a beautiful bowstring that stretches across the bow's length. The two, grasping either side of the bow, rise to face the shadowed figure together, the bow woven from the two of them in their hands. They turn to face the shadowed figure, open their mouths, and sing, filling the air with melody and counter-melody while coronas of light rush from the space around and coalesce into an arrow of pure starlight in their hands. They fire the arrow into the left eye of the shadowed figure, banishing it. But just as they do, the woman falls to the ground, her arm gravely wounded as pools of multicolored blood spill onto the stage with painterly ichor. The two collapse into each other's arms, grieving. The man begs to save her as the woman grows paler and paler, and as the woman gasps her last breath, the man draws her up into his arms and draws her up into the sky as she transforms into a pale moon. In a scream of anguish, the man casts the bow aside, rends his own arm from his shoulder, and it drops, blood spurting from the hole left behind, intermingling with his lover's blood on the stage. In his own pain, he rises into the sky until his form shifts into a four-pointed star. But from the intermingled blood, shapes begin to slowly rise. A silhouette of painterly blood rises to become one elf, and another elf, and another elf, as across the stage, thousands of elves are birthed from the wound of the two lovers rising into the sky. These 1,000 elven voices begin to sing in unison on the stage in one chorus, pulling your hearts and your chests, making you grieve and cry out for a nostalgic history you'd never even heard of before. The elves born in blood build illusions of kingdoms as they gaze up at the star and the moon, still dancing with one another in the sky. Slowly, the light on the elves fades, until only the light of the star and the moon remain, the two dancing around and with one another. And as the light fades from the star and the moon, the stage goes to black. The audience erupts into cheers as they all stand up, giving a standing ovation. Several people, you see that the cast who plays Coralon and Sehnin, they come onto the stage and they give a bow. Several of the effects artists who come up and we're working on some of this, the set design and other things, take a bow. And after several moments, a regal, large figure, about as large as Lady Alanostra, takes the stage. Maybe elven? You're not sure. Maybe more than elven as you look up, and this figure has these like peacock feathers for hair that drifts down in like a blanket of this beautiful like mane that drifts behind him, androgynous looking. And Fen, you can't help but look at this man and see pieces of your reflection in him. Your nose and your eyes, even at this distance. He taps a couple times on his voice. Thank you. A wonderful response here in the Unsealed Territory. We are so grateful to be able to have you join our audience for today. That was the story of Karlon in Sechanin. And please, we welcome you to join us in about 1 month's time as we do a great performance for the Queen of Air and Darkness in the Winter Capital. But until then, we take our leave. Thank you to all of the artists, to the orchestra here, and of last of all, to all our patrons who love the arts. We are more than grateful. You are seeing Lord Monomer and his troupe of the art phase players. Thank you again. Takes a deep bow as the peacock feathers spread out in this gigantic mane, and the crowd stands up once more, clapping and just awing and just like whistling out their praise. They continue to stay standing for about the next 5 minutes or so. So much so that the cast has to come back in and take another bow and go out, and come back in and take another bow and go out. And after about 5 minutes' time, the crowd dies down, and they murmur to one another excitedly about how good that performance was. As you guys find yourself sitting there, a few of you, tears streaming down your face, having watched this sight.
So, which one was crawling? Like, where'd he go?
Solaris is wiping eyes from his eyes from his tears? He's wiping his tears from his eyes. He starts plucking out his eyes. Anyway, sorry. No, he wipes tears from his eyes. The man that was Karelin. It's the story of how the elves came to be. In the wake of Karelin and Sechanin joining together as lovers and defeating Grumsh.
That's where elves came from.
Indeed, we were born out of the wounds of our creators.
Okay, so why'd he rip his arm off?
You don't go to the theater very often, do you?
No.
ZHOKO's more of a facts kind of guy.
That makes sense. It's a motion, ZHOKO. Maybe you should try it sometime.
What motion? I know he like ripped his arm off. What's the other motion you're talking about?
Grief. When you lose grief.
He wasn't wearing armor. He was like fucking naked.
No, friend. The kind of sadness that can only occur when you've lost someone you deeply love.
Oh.
Have you ever felt that before?
When Solaris says that, ZHOKO like kind of screws up his mouth and then looks at the stage.
Well, I don't wish you to ever feel that kind of emotion. It's world-rending. Oh, how do the rest of you like the show?
Well, my hands are sore from all the clapping I did. That was, and I'm looking at Ember and like, we've been doing this for a while. Like okay, I don't know if you know this, Solaris, but Ember and I over here, we were members of an acting troupe ourselves. I mean, it's not a big deal, but it was the Grim Troupe. You know, we probably mentioned that. But this was something else. We did backflips and fog rolling on the stage, but this was a history just played out before us. I don't understand all the magic and everything behind it, but I know what I saw, and that was something else. Fen, y'all are pretty cool. This place is cool. Yeah.
Poe, you realize what you have on you now, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, I do. Yeah, this is gonna sound crazy, but I think Corellin's talking to me.
I think you have a lot of people talking to you right now, but
I know, yeah, but not right now, but like the other day, I was like doing something and the bow glowed, and then I heard a voice, and I couldn't think of who that could be at the time, but after watching that, I have some questions.
yeah, I definitely have a few of those too.
Poe, when you turned to say, Fen, you guys are awesome, you notice that Fen actually isn't standing with you anymore, and they are seemingly gone, because I would like to have, like, as sort of the curtain was falling and people were standing up, Daniel, I want to just try to slip out without people noticing, and I'm going to try to walk around the back and see if I can't find the actors.
I mean, I'll say that it was so, since no one seems to have noticed you're gone and they're talking about the show.
Sorry, it's kind of
All right.
it's more flavor. I can make
Yeah,
a check
no,
if
that's
you need
great.
to.
You kind of duck out. Where do you want to go?
I'm gonna try to just like walk around the back of the stage and see if I can't see them like packing up.
Yeah, of course. You see a seems to be a human woman, pretty pale, kind of like white hair, currently with like in this like very beautiful like red velvet gown, currently like standing outside what looks to be like a back entrance of sorts, maybe a stage door, you're not quite sure. One person comes out of the door. It seems to be this like very ostentatious looking woman who you recognize to have probably played Sehanine. In her true form, she has these massive butterfly wings that kind of come out from her back, and she's kind of like tossing her hair behind her as like someone scrambles out. She's like, "I told you I want my makeup and hair done a certain way, and I don't want your pixies flying in my face every single time I'm descending from the sky, ruining my actual fucking performance. I'm going to my trailer. No, I don't want to talk anymore." And she kind of like marches off. The woman in the red velvet gown just kind of like palms her face as she kind of like is kind of standing by the door.
I'm gonna walk up to her, and I have my cloak sort of like drawn around my body and my hood up, sort of shielding my face. And I'm gonna walk up and say, "Is this where the actors are inside?"
Oh, hello. Yes, they are. They are usually coming out, maybe to greet some guests, any important people who might there. Are you looking for someone in particular?
Yeah, I just need to step in if that's all right.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check for me.
Ooh, 18 plus, where's my character sheet? Plus 5, so 23.
Ooh. Well, she kind of gives you like an up and down look. I am the stage manager here. We usually know who's coming in and out to see the actors at any moment.
I'll just be a moment.
All right, don't let me stop you. She kind of glances at you a little bit and sniffs for a second. Well, go on in. And she opens the door.
Great. I will walk in. I'm looking for the guy that I recognized.
Sounds good, sounds good. You walk past a couple of what looks to be like little dressing rooms in the back. People kind of like laughing, making jokes. A couple people currently like downing a couple of drinks. You see what looks to be that goat person who is the conductor, currently like going on and just passed out on over a couch. And as you go, there's a couple like different rooms as you're like walking through these like expanse of this like almost what's been a hollowed out root turned into a little dressing room area. Go ahead and make a perception check for me. Perception check.
12 plus 5, 17.
17. Okay. You walk past a couple. You walk past one that says underneath Coralon as like underneath like what their character name would be. You see the one that has Sehanine is currently like ajar, and people are going in and cleaning stuff inside there. And then about like at the end, you see a much more ornate door, not where the actors are. And there it doesn't have any like character name. It just says Lord Monomer, Prince of the Theater.
I'm gonna open it. Can I open it?
It is unlocked. So you open the door. You see that figure that you saw on the stage, the peacocked-haired, large, elven-looking man. He's now regular-sized, or at least regular for your kind, medium. Seems to have been putting a little bit of a show on when he was there, but he's currently seems to be like combing through his hair and putting on a little bit simpler like robes, not quite as elaborate as a peacock coat, but still a very nice like silk shirt with these jade earrings, and looks to be like these very, very nice like slacks that come down to these like these purple boots that seem to be like decorated with a couple of moth wings. You're not sure if those are real or just patterned. He says, yes, just a moment. I'm getting ready to come outside. Go ahead and tell Nama that I will be out to greet the guests in a bit. I want to have a drink. Oh. You are not one of my players, as he turns around. Sorry, can I help you? This is a place for... this is a producer.
Fen grabs the hood and pulls it back from their face and stares at him and says, Ferrith Baravan. Does that name mean anything to you?
You see a look of puzzlement come across his face as he takes a moment. I'm very sorry.
No, take your time.
Am I supposed
Think
to...
about it.
Not everyone comes into an Archface Scotters and demands something of him.
Yeah, well, I guess I'm not everyone, am I?
Just to glare at you and look at you up and down. I'm sorry. That name does not ring a bell. You're Sereth Baravan, I'm assuming?
No.
Would you like to take a seat and have a drink?
No, thanks. Really.
Who are you?
It's not really important, is it? Can I make like an insight check and see if he does seem to recognize that name?
Yeah, go ahead and make an insight check.
It's 10. 10.
10. You're not sure. Maybe it's how his features are a little different. Like, as you got closer, you notice that his eyebrows seem to also be peacock feathers. That's kind of putting you off. You're unsure if it's unusual facial features that are throwing you off, or if he's genuinely clueless. But the more that you look at him, the more you recognize pieces of yourself.
Fen is going to cast Minor Illusion and try to create sort of like a holographic image of their mother, as they best remember her.
Sure. You do so. And
that's Ferrith.
She looks very much like you.
Yeah, she's my mother. You really don't... You don't recognize her at all.
I'm starting to put some dots together. Are you related to me?
Does seem to be the question of the hour, doesn't it?
I'm going to need a few moments. But I do not intend to, a big smile across his face. He's charming and very good looking, and it's pretty off-putting. Why don't we, let me wrap up this show, and we can have a talk afterwards. I promise. There will be a bit of banquet and things that are suitable for someone of your status. And we can have a conversation then. I'm a bit preoccupied at the moment. I have many important guests to attend to.
I'm not planning on staying very long, so I think if you have anything to say, you might as well say it to me now.
I don't know who you think you are, or who I am, or what you have done in seeking me out. I might have been the person who brought you into this world with your mother. I am not your father. I do not know who you are.
Yeah, you're right. This was a mistake. Honestly, I was just hoping.
Wait.
You know
he
what?
sto-
It
he
doesn't
stops
matter.
and he looks at your neck. Is that necklace? I remember that.
You do? What about it?
Your mother, did she study the, shadowed art, things in the Shadowfell?
Fen is going to conjure up their shadow dog. It sort of like bounds out of the corner of the room and walks up to him and sort of sniffs him and is pacing around him. Fen doesn't say anything.
He leans back very casually, not seemingly off-put by the dog, but looking at it and looking at the stone. Ah, yes, now I remember. She was a brilliant woman, your mother. Fascinating in that she was exploring subjects that most elves weren't. Wonderful stories. Never told me
Like
that
what?
she had you. Oh, she was dreaming of how to remove the limits on magic. How one could go further. And that we, in the Fae, thought too highly of our own magics, and that maybe we should be exploring different places. Very curious mind she was.
She never told you about me.
Unfortunately, no. All I know is that I remember she was ostracized. Quite a few rumors about her summoning demons and whatnot. Sad. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I'm not probably what you were expecting. But this is all I can be.
Some of the prickliness and ice is starting to melt off of Fen a little bit, and their shoulders relax a bit. Can I see if there's if I'm sensing that there's anything else that he's not telling me?
Yeah, go to make an insight check.
Ugh, terrible. 9.
9. Man, this guy is real hard to read. And you're noticing that he has this kind of natural effect around him that is really charming. Like, it's just like this supernatural kind of charming effect. You seem to be not as affected by it because of your elvish heritage, but you imagine that if anyone else was in his presence, it would be very hard to kind of push past that.
Gotcha. No, it's It's alright, thanks. Sorry for just barging in like this. I don't really know what I was expecting, but I'll leave you alone.
What is your name?
It's Fen. Fenyaris.
Fen. It is good to meet you. I am Lord Manuel.
Right then.
Before you go, there was a man who worked with your mother quite a bit. Interesting human fellow. Dark raven hair. His name was Jack Vance.
Thank you. Jack Vance?
Jack Vance, yeah.
Do you know anything else about him?
Unfortunately not. But I wish you best
Thank
of
you,
luck.
Yeah, Fen kind of like laughs a little bit embarrassed and dispels the dog. Yeah, again, sorry to just barge in like this. This has actually been more helpful than I think that you know.
I hope you
yeah,
don't
so I'm
take
just...
that as me wanting to... Like I'm not ready for that, you know? Like I'm...
Yeah, no, alright, I get it. You don't have to say anything else. It's fine. I'm not gonna ever contact you again. You're never gonna see me again. Just fucking forget about it. It's fine.
I mean, I could use your patronage at the theater if you really wanted it. It's nice.
Oh my god. This is, you know, I'm just gonna... Yeah, but, well, then, bye. And Fen just exits and, like, slams the door behind them.
You don't see his expression, but there's a bit of like a shock in his eyes as he's kind of like, confused, and the door slams as you begin to run out into the hall, just kind of like furiously stepping forward. And as you open up the door where the stage manager was, you come face to face to Solaris.
Hi.
Hey, is everything okay? What happened?
Yeah, it's fine. I met him.
Yeah?
Sort of a bit of a tosser, really, but...
You don't have to talk about it if you don't want to, Fen.
Great, thanks. Can we just go?
Yeah. Come on. And he kind of takes you and leads you back to where your friends are currently waiting for you in the promenade.
Hey, sorry guys. I'm ready to go. If you all are.
Hey, is your dad here?
It's not really who I thought it was gonna be, so it's fine. I got what I needed.
It's one of those, huh? Okay. Well, fuck him! Fuck you, guy! Huh?
Couple
All
of
right,
patrons
then
turn
we can say
around and
whatever
just
you want.
stare at the halfling in the middle of the promenade, shouting.
Yeah, you. Oh, are you happy at least you got to meet him?
Yeah, you know, check it off the proverbial to-do list of my life, I guess, if nothing else.
Emran, will you pull out the to-do list and check that off?
Oh, yeah. Oh, was it on the list? I'll write down on the list. Yeah, I know.
Right, add it and then cross it out.
Okay.
Nice.
Really though, I'm gonna be fine. I've lived my whole life without him. It's not really any different.
Okay. Yeah. Do you guys want to spend the night here or make our way back to Sanctuary?
I think let's just go, yeah? If you guys are up to traveling.
I think Sanctuary would be very, very nice.
Yeah. Okay. Let's,
Solaris, I had a question for you real quick.
Of course. What's going on?
Do
man?
you...
Fine,
this is kind of a
friend.
This is my kind of a weird question. Do you have anything that you like bought from Sanctuary, or like something that maybe you keep there?
I mean, all of my belongings were made in Sanctuary, and why do you ask?
I've been working on this new spell. I mean, all you other guys know, you know how I can like pick us all up and teleport us all at once. I mean, we did that in like
The
the
short
last
distance,
fight
yeah,
with
about
the-
60 feet.
Yeah. It's not too far, but I can pick us all up. I was actually working on a way to do that for further distances, and it helps if I have like an item from where I'm going. Makes it a little easier. So I was wondering if I could like grab a jacket from you or something, and
All right.
see if I could try to bring us back to Sanctuary without us having to walk.
Sure. I have he pulls out what looks to be like a little straw doll. I made this for my kid in Sanctuary. Would this work?
Perfect. Yeah.
It's
yeah, I
not
think
gonna
that'll
like
work.
burn it up, is it? I was really hoping to give it to you.
He like looks down, like already starts reading through the spell, like, no, it shouldn't burn it up. We
Sure.
should be good to go.
Great.
Should
Hands
be.
it to you.
Daniel, it doesn't burn it up, right?
We'll see.
I mean, I know the spell. I'm pretty sure it doesn't. I'm just looking it
I'm
up,
just
fair
saying that because I think it's fun. No,
Okay,
no,
guys,
No. It should be good.
Do we want to try this?
Yeah, let's get the fuck out of here.
Okay, everyone, group up close to me.
Sounds good. They all group up.
And I will focus on the creation of this doll and where that took place in the relative space-time continuum.
Flavor it, buddy. Go.
And I will take that. You know, like in Avengers, where there's all the like strings of time. Like I go back to the string of time where that doll was made, and I connect our current present towards that area in a new reality. And I'll try to bring us there.
Sounds good.
And I will cast teleport.
That string begins to vibrate as it expands open, creating like almost like if it was opening up like an eye, or like turning into from one string into two strings into like an elliptical shape, stretching open until it yawns like this massive door, a portal. And through it, you begin to see like the shimmering, almost like gossamer silk-like texture that seems to be like a semi-translucent thing, and behind it you can see almost the tree and like the familiar sight of the training grounds and the roots that form the walls of the outside of Sanctuary. If you only step in.
I want to step in.
Oof.
Put one foot in front of the other.
All right.
Dun, dun, dun,
As you
dun,
all
dun,
one by
dun,
one begin to
dun.
go through the portal, that Artie is kind of like sweating as he's kind of like rubbing his hands. This kind of like spiraling little localized space, kind of almost showing you what Artie deals with when he's working with his magic. Fen, before you go through the portal, Solaris puts a hand on your shoulder, and he just looks at you and gives you a nod.
Then gives him back a little sort of half smile. And steps through.
You all, as you enter in, feel that familiar gut-wrenching sensation whenever you teleport, except this time it's almost like you're being like thrust into this tunnel where stars are like streaking past you in countless lights all around. Some of them multicolored. You feel like almost like you're not even standing on firm ground. You're simultaneously being pulled, but almost like you're standing still and space is moving past you. It's bewildering and disorienting. But as you appear on the other side, your like gut coming back into your stomach, almost feeling like you're gonna vomit. You step out, breathing hard, and there, in front of you, is Sanctuary. I believe you have to make a, do you have to make a D100, dude? Did you have to? Or I think you're pretty familiar with it.
As long as I have a associated object, then
Yeah.
I'm good to go.
Cool.
But I do have to roll on the wild magic table.
Yes, you do. And you all appear in Sanctuary. We'll roll that wild magic surge after the break. This one's gonna be a 5-minute break, y'all. We'll see you after the break. See ya!
Woo!
Woo!
Sweet.
And we're back. As you guys step out of the portal, now facing the familiar visage of Sanctuary. You're kind of second home here in the Feywild. You see immediately as you guys come out, just in front of the root structure, a bunch of the Eladra and Corlon's rangers kind of all like look over at you, and they kind of spark up. Oh, Solaris is back! Solaris is back! And a couple of them kind of start celebrating as Solaris like looks up over at all of them and looks over at you, kind of smiling.
Oh yeah, you better give this guy a promotion because he sealed the portal. So demons are gone thanks to him. Give this guy a pay raise.
The ones who sealed the portal were actually Fen and the Grim Troupe. I just happened to be there. I give you my word.
Oh, come on.
No,
Being
really,
too
no,
modest.
really. Come on, everyone. You see a couple of people like starting to gather around excitedly. He says, let's give it 3 cheers for the Grim Troupe, all right? Ready? Grim Troupe! Grim Troupe! Grim Troupe! Grim Troupe! And people start like going kind of crazy. They start going, even as you try and spit out Solaris's name, there's this like rowdy chant of Grim Troupe going on at the bottom of Sanctuary, just kind of filling the air with joy and raucous laughter. Cause some people like actually going up and trying to pick you guys up and like hoist you on their shoulders. Poe and Emran, it happens easily enough. One of them tries to do it to you, ZHOKO. Do you let him?
I just look at him.
He like goes to put hands on you, and you like dead stare him, and he just kind of backs up slowly with his arms out in front of him, like, I'm so sorry that I even tried.
ZHOKO's gonna go out of this crush of people and stand off to the side.
Sounds good. ZHOKO, go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Yes, sir. I'm going to perceive at a level of 3.
3, super perceptive.
Ooh, nice.
The rowdy laughter is like just kind of overpowering everything, and you're just kind of like, oh, if I could only just get away from all this. You're not able to get much other than the general surroundings around you. But as they're celebrating, it kind of calms down after a bit of the commotion. People clapping you on the backs, thanking you, and kind of like messing up your names as they try to say them. Like Poe, they definitely mess up your name more than a couple times, as they're kind of kind of fist bumping you. But it's generally like they seem to be a lot more excited to be having you all around. And Solaris looks back. Well, I think we should go to Lady Olenostra for your reward, shall we? Tell her the good news.
Yeah?
1,000,000 times yes.
You all lead the way.
Poe will lead, and just get a little bit of that like saunter he had back when he entered that bar. He's doing that again.
Oh.
He's trying to like, he's like superhero walking a little
A
bit.
little swag. I got
A
you.
little swag.
I understand. As you guys are going up. Oh yeah, what's up, Artie?
Oh, Poe, we had good luck before letting Fen do a majority of the talking. It might be worthwhile to maintain that, just so you're aware.
I mean,
Come we're
on.
still discussing with an archfey. Are we not?
yeah, you're right. I mean,
Sure, yeah, but you know, it's not like we're in as hot of water as we were the first time.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
yeah.
I'm just
Yeah,
saying
Artie's-
we want to make sure we're respectful still. That's all.
Oh, okay. I see. All right. Thanks, Dad. Well, Fen, please take it away. Yeah.
I'm not saying you can't talk. I'm just saying that I just wanted to remind everyone because that's all.
Yeah, proper titles and all that. I think you got
Yeah.
it, Poe.
And
Yeah,
remember
no,
what
Fen,
we
you-
really want, as well, is not whatever trinkets she's gonna fucking give us, right?
Right,
It's an army.
Yeah.
right.
I mean, I could use some gold and rubies,
And
honestly.
ivory.
Like, I've been thinking of this other spell. I need a shit ton of rubies. So if she's like, hey, can I pay you in rubies instead? Like, that's okay. Just so we're all clear.
Solaris kind of smiles
Right,
to
but-
himself behind all of you.
It's a good point, though, ZHOKO. We got to keep that in mind.
All
A
right.
whole army and rubies.
Yes.
All right, Poe, as you're going up, you having the highest perception check, you still notice that even though there's some general raucous celebration down below, the guards are still pretty alert and armed. Not a lot of people are relaxing as heavily as they were when they were still in Sanctuary. There seems to be some level of alertness or danger still in this area. You're kind of picking up on that as there's some armed guards who kind of walk past you in Coralon's Rangers, kind of giving you a bit of a nod or a salute to Solaris. And before long, you guys make it to the top of Sanctuary, back in that little bowl of a council where all the Council of Elder Trees are. And you notice there's another figure next to Lady Alanostra. Lady Alanostra stands there as normal, but she seems to be discussing something pretty serious with what looks to be a male spring eladrin in front of her. And she looks, "Smiler, that is grave news indeed. Please, elaborate."
I'm not sure exactly what happened. 1 minute, we were fighting. The next, the world around us seemed to change, and I was lucky to escape with my life. All I ask is that you allow me, please, to return to find the rest of them.
Trinivere, you are gravely injured, and you're sure that this is a second incursion to the south?
Yes, my lady. And I do not care for my wounds. I will go. I just need a rest. I can be out as soon as I'm able.
She kind of stares down, kind of pursing her lips, and looks up and sees the rest of you all. As you all take in Lady Alanostra speaking with this spring eladrin figure. Jared, why don't you go ahead and please introduce your character for us?
Yeah.
Wow!
Trinivere Smiler Holomion is about 6'4", with very long, flowing green hair that almost turns into a sort of reddish brownish hue right at the tips. Their armor is very much of interwoven leaves and branches. He looks very rough. A lot of fresh wounds mixed with older battle scars, who looks like he needs a very long rest indeed.
Grim Troupe, you arrived in time, I hope with good news.
Great news, actually. We traveled, what direction did we travel in?
West. You traveled west.
West.
Yeah, great news, actually. We traveled to the west. We encountered a couple of demons along the way, which we promptly killed and banished. And then we managed to close the portal that was allowing them to enter your plane entirely.
Her eyes light up. Lady Alanostra, for the first time you've ever seen her actually excited. And as she kind of looks up at you, really? Now that is good news indeed. You were able to stop it. Well then.
With the help of Solaris, of course.
Of course. My very loyal captain. Solaris gives a very humble bow. Only the finest for the Lady of Spring. Well then, it seems you are deserving of a reward. She looks over at Trinivere, looks over at you. I'm not sure if I can ask you for yet another favor for our sanctuary. But we may need your help.
Like we said before, we're here to help. Whatever you need.
Very well. Trinivere, you will join the Grim Troupe to defeat this force to the south, and Grim Troupe, I will have to devise a separate reward, something to help you out all. But for now, the first reward. She snaps her fingers, and from beneath the floor of wood, a chest grows out of the wood. No padlock, just completely unlocked, appears in front of you. And as she looks over at the rest of you, I also had the favor of talking to Delinaris for your request, ZHOKO, and had it placed in here as well. You will find it, I'm sure, very helpful.
You hear Artie's whispering, rubies, 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 rubies.
Who's opening the chest?
Fen!
Fen bows deeply to Lady Alanostra and says, "Thank you, Lady Alanostra, Lady of Spring. We humbly accept your reward and hope to see our service as an act of togetherness, as when something of this magnitude affects any plane, it really affects all of us. Thank you."
She smiles gently at you. You are beginning to change my opinion of you, Fen. Benyaros Beravan. And maybe if you continue,
Fen smiles.
my opinion may change even more. Accept this reward, please. Junivere, I expect you to go with the Grim Troupe and get rest before you depart.
Yes, ma'am.
Solaris,
bows.
a word. Sorry, you go ahead and go, Becca.
No, Fen bows again and then steps forward and opens the chest.
All right, you open the chest as Lady Alanostra takes Solaris, and Solaris kind of gives you guys a small wave, like kind of like giving you an eye, like I'll be back, I promise, and steps into the tree with Lady Alanostra. She creates like a little entrance that sinks deeper into the tree where it seems like they can talk privately, and the two of them disappear. You open up the chest, and as you open up the wooden chest, you see more platinum than you can count, Fen. These silverish pieces of metal just decorating the bottom of the chest. There also seems to be a number of gems here, sets of them, inside the chest. And as you guys take your moment to count them, you guys have now earned 2,000 platinum.
Oh,
Nice.
we're rich!
2 diamonds worth 500 gold each.
Oh,
A set of rubies, sapphires, and emeralds worth 1,000 gold total.
oh
Wow,
fuck.
so we have 22,000 gold out of this thing?
No, you have 20,000 gold out of this thing.
And then the diamonds and
Crap.
rubies.
Indeed.
Like equivalent.
Indeed.
Around 22,000.
You guys are
Wow.
starting to get a picture of how friggin' wealthy Sanctuary might be.
Wow.
The only functioning
Oh.
kingdom for miles in the Feywild, you might
Oh
imagine they
my
have a lot of wealth.
Oh my god. Artie's so excited. Think of all the
Well,
spells.
No offense to your bag of holding, but maybe we should sort of divide it amongst everyone just in case.
Sounds good to me.
That's a great idea.
Emran is like drooling, just straight up drooling. As you guys look over and you have your spring ladron companion seemingly kind of nursing a couple of his wounds, kind of looking up at you all.
So, Grim Troupe, you were successful on your excursion?
Yeah.
Yes, we managed to close the portal, and made mincemeat of those demons.
Well, then you accomplished what I could not. So I hope your luck travels with us tomorrow.
Yeah,
Tomorrow?
what happened?
I'm not quite sure, if I'm honest. We found the fiends, but in the midst of battle, my mind was not my own. Things started to change. The surroundings were constantly fluctuating, and I saw things that weren't there. I barely managed to escape with my life before I could come back here and make my report, but my squad mates, they're still there. I have to go back.
Of course.
We'll join you.
Thank you.
Now, Artie, if I'm not mistaken, I think we encountered a similar sort of essence, but our wizard here was able to keep it at bay for a time.
Really? How?
Are you a spellcaster yourself, or how
What
familiar are
little
you
ability
with
I
the?
do have with spells definitely does not rival that of the arcane that you study.
Yeah, well, think of it as just as you wear a shield for your body and your muscles, I have a shield for my mind, and I was able to mimic that shield onto my companions here.
And what of the fight? How easy did they go down?
I mean, I don't think they were easy per se, but I think closing the portal as quickly as possible to stop reinforcements was really what helped us. But if
Right.
portal's been open for days at this point, that's not a good sign.
Your experience now with fighting these things is priceless, really, moving forward.
But I'm sure they also now have experience of dealing with us and our methods to overcome it. I mean, they're intelligent beings, right? There has to be some form of
Right.
communication between them.
Yes, but the ones you defeated,
Yeah, the
Well-
dead.
Are they?
not for long, but long enough, I think,
But-
to stay any sort of...
I mean, one of them we pushed back in the portal, the other one we banished back to its realm. I'm sure
They will be back then.
they'll be back, and they
Sooner
have
than the others.
told them.
The demons may be beings of pure chaos and destruction, but you're right, they are not unintelligent. They will come back, and I fear with vengeance.
Yeah, in my experience, the demons are a lot smarter than we think. And they talk a lot more than we think, too. So,
Takes one to know one.
All right.
Yeah, so I'm digging through this chest here. What'd you talk about me for?
At the bottom of the chest, there, completed, is a set of the finest looking plate metal that you've ever seen. But not only plate, but as you go to lift it, it's about 4 times lighter than you expected from something of this caliber.
That's sick.
As you look, this is mithril plate armor. And that is in your stuff now, buddy.
ooh.
Ooh.
Mm.
Mithril. The Lady of Spring treats you well.
As you say that, you watch as the floor opens up again and Lady Alanastra comes up with Solaris. Well then, time is of the essence. Please, take the rest of the day to rest. It seems that many of you are injured, not just our friend Trinivir here. Feel free to use any of the facilities. If you need potions, you know where to go. Pax Poultices has you there, including spell components. If you wish to speak to Delinaris, you can. And Solaris has once again agreed to house you in his home.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Of course, no. I should be thanking you, Grim Troupe. You've done far more for us in Sanctuary than I could have possibly asked for. Thank you. And she gives a small bow to you. Well, be on your way. Time is of the essence.
One more thing, Lady of Spring. And Daniel, what was the name of that village that we encountered?
Babblebrook.
With the fox folk? What was that? Sorry.
Babblebrook.
Okay. Babblebrook. If you wouldn't mind, if you have some extra soldiers to spare, maybe send a troop over to Babblebrook. They had some of their dryads turn, and they could use some help.
Very curious indeed. I'll have them take a look. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And I bow.
Awesome. And with that, you guys have your wealth, and you have a whole city to spend it in. if you guys wanted to.
I have the
Yeah.
list.
Night on the town.
Let's
I have a
go.
freaking list.
All right, all right. Where do you guys want to go? What do you guys want to do?
I want to talk to ZHOKO real quick.
Okay.
Are we
So-
still in the
Oh, no,
like that same room?
You guys
Or
can go
where are we now?
wherever you like now. Yeah.
I just figured like when we all left and like split up, everyone's gonna be like running to different stores and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's what I plan to do after I talk to ZHOKO.
Just like in the street, maybe after
Yeah,
everyone's
yeah, yeah.
left.
Yeah. So ZHOKO,
Yeah.
the way you turned those like when they had this black vial, remember, and they poured down their throat, and you're able to like remove whatever was harming them from the inside, right?
Yeah.
Now, I've studied magic. I know healing magic, but that wasn't just a simple heal. Like what did you do? Sorry, it's been burning in my head.
I mean, the same thing I did when Fen, when the headless horseman, I called out a name.
Hmm.
The same thing there.
And do you think you can teach me how to do that? Or is that like something with your
I mean,
or
I
sorry, can I take it from you? No, sorry, I don't mean that. Can I
you can fucking try.
no, I don't mean that. I know you're not good with like the whole sharing. You're more of a like give and take. Can I take the knowledge from you without taking your ability to do it?
Look, Adi, I don't know what this is all about, but I don't even fucking know how I do that.
Well, here for example, I mean, I'm blue right now, right? Like I
Yeah.
can feel. I hate this, by the way, but I can feel there's like something in me that I can't heal. Can you try to take it out, and maybe I can like pay attention to how you do it and see if I can't learn a little bit here and there?
Daniel, as I'm looking at Artie, can I tell if I could fix this blue skin thing
You
with
think
remove
it's
curse?
maybe worth a shot? You don't know. It's definitely not hasn't worked with him healing, or like when he was resting, it didn't go away. So you're like, oh, it might work.
I mean, I don't know if it's. I mean, I don't know what I'm fucking doing.
I know, but just I think this can be like taken like you did the other things, and maybe if you start just take it from me, then I can figure out the logistics of it.
All right, I haven't done any thinking about this. You know, I don't have a
Mhm.
fucking book where I write all this shit down. I don't.
I'm writing
I'm
down in
just-
my book.
I'm just-
Doesn't have a book.
I'm just fucking going on instinct. Okay.
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
feel. I've felt the fucking evil, right? Ever since I
Mhm.
took this power, I felt the evil all around me. I feel lots of things, you know? Like, I can tell when those demons were dead. I mean, sure, the one fucking exploded, but all the other demons, when we just
Right.
killed them, I could feel it when their life, I guess, left. And the people we killed before, I felt them too when they left. And so I know what they feel like, right? Fuck, I don't know what I'm fucking saying. I know what they feel like, and I know what it's supposed to feel like.
Mhm.
There's like something inside me now that pushes back up against that fucking shit that they've got.
So like you know what a healthy person feels like, and you just kind of try to get
No,
rid of.
I
No.
know what that shit feels like. and there's something
You
inside
know
of
what
me.
that shit feels like.
There's
Yeah.
something inside of me that pushes against it.
Yeah, you push that fucking shit away, don't you?
What are you fucking talking about?
Yeah, no, I'm getting it now. Oh yeah, I'm fucking ready. Yeah, give it to me. Let me take this from you.
What do you fucking want from me?
No, no. I'm just trying to be like you, because that's like how you do it. You know, you're like, you get all. Can you just try to take the thing inside me out, and then maybe I can see how it works?
Fuck off, Adi. And Joko's gonna walk off into Sanctuary.
All right.
Artie's gonna sit down for a second and write a few notes still.
All right. Okay. Anything anyone else wants to do?
I need to buy stuff, but everyone else can go first.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
The blacksmith's name was
Delinaris, the silversmith.
Delinaris. Yes, I would like to talk to them.
All right, you do. Is anyone else want to go with Poe to Delinaris?
Blacksmith?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
They have magics.
They
Blacksmith.
have magic blacksmiths, yeah.
Sure, I'll pop by. I don't think I'll buy
Sounds
anything,
good.
but
Sounds
I'll
good.
be there.
All right. And then Jared, let me know if whenever you want to go anywhere. You know, totally your choice.
Okay.
But if you want to go, you can. You guys step in through that familiar archway where you see that like harp, like looking like strange but amazing silversmith kind of at work, currently pedaling and looking. They're kind of like in the zone as they all kind of like take a look at you. Mm-hmm. Yeah. What you want?
Hey, it's Poe and Artie again
All right.
from the Grim Troupe.
Yeah, I remember.
Great. Yeah, I see you're working. That's great. Could you look at something for me? I have gold if I need to purchase your time.
Right. All
Service.
right. 1 second. They make like a last flourish as like a melody goes out, and then you watch as the whole smith begins to steam and move, and then a sword blade is drawn from this quenching oil. Wipes their hands on their front of their tunic and their apron, their smithing apron, turns over to you, the familiar non-binary, pretty stoked looking Delinaris looking up at you. All right. Now I've got time. What is it you need?
Daniel, is there a table nearby?
Yeah, there's a small little tea table.
I'm gonna walk up to the table and stand on it so that I'm the same height as them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is better. That's just so we can talk, sort of face to face.
You have a small penis, don't you? Anyways, keep going.
I do. How did you know? So I happen to be in possession of the bow of Corellin, which you may have spotted.
Yeah,
What the hell is this thing?
Wasn't sure if it was the real deal, but you're sure it's the real deal.
I think. Well, I did just use it to close a demon portal, and every once in a while it glows, and someone talks to me in my head.
Whoa.
So, yeah, could you? And I hold it out to them,
Right.
to look at it.
They take a look. They do the same thing they did when they were looking over ZHOKO's magical halberd head, or glaive head. And as they kind of like run their fingers along it, creating that little like arcane webbing. Well, see, here's the thing. Your friend came in the other day, and his was definitely a sentient weapon, I think. A broken, but definitely sentient. You say you hear a voice?
Yeah, the other day I was in Babblebrook and that place, and I was sort of just to myself in the woods, and it started to glow, and at the same time, I heard a voice that I hadn't heard before, say my name.
They kind of run their fingers
And-
along the length of it as you're talking. They're kind of examining it further.
I don't know. It didn't seem bad or evil. It didn't seem particularly like my friend either. It just seemed warm and new.
Yeah, mate. I hate to break this to you, but that must be in your head. There's no thing in this bow. There's no like creature or anything. You can usually tell when there's a sentient creature unless it's real powerful and blocking you out. But
Mhm.
I mean, if it's a voice you're hearing, that came from somewhere else. As for the bow, I mean, I've never had hands on a weapon like this, to be perfectly honest. Except for you and your friend have these crazy powerful weapons seemingly in your possession, just kind of willy-nilly. I mean, this dates back at least, jeez, 1,000 years, maybe more, probably 2,000 years. It's mad powerful.
So it is the bow of Corellin?
I mean, I think that's more of a religious thing. If you're talking about artifacts, I can only identify weapons. It's real powerful. The one thing I'm getting from it is that it seems like it used to be more powerful. It's just like I don't know how to describe it. It's like there's this presence that's just like not awake, or it's not like the full potential of the weapon isn't there. It seems like it can get even more powerful than it is right now, which is a bit bonkers if you ask me.
Yeah, it's missing the bowstring.
What do you mean?
I knew that one.
You fire it and there's no bowstring?
Well, no, my friend Artie, he was able to sort of.
I'm literally right next to you.
Oh, hey, Artie! Wow, I was so wrapped up in this conversation. Yeah, Artie, didn't you did some
I walked
magic
into
to.
the store next to you.
You did some magic, right, to make that bowstring appear?
Yeah, as long as you kind of forge a connection with the weapon, then you can make your own bowstring. I assumed that was just part of it.
Yeah, you're attuned to this, right? Give it a shot for me. He hands it to you, or they hand it to you, Poe. Oh, sorry.
Yep. I do what I do. I sort of pick it up, pull the string as I've done, and then get ready to draw an arrow.
The Fey magics materialize, turning into a bowstring. Delinaris' eyes go wide, and it, as if it was to draw an arrow, and you fire, and it, like, they point out like a little target area, and you loose an arrow into there, and it kind of explodes with a little bit of light. Yeah, yeah, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know how it would be made stronger. It's definitely not by forging, but this thing could get stronger. It is strong, and it's not that the bowstring's missing. That's the bowstring right there. It's made out of Fey magics, but the Fey magics are a bit weaker than it seems like they would be. Maybe 2,000 years ago. Do with that what you will. You gonna buy something? Or you just gonna leave me here not working?
Yeah. What do you have in the way of arrows?
Bunch of armors. I've got arrows. Sure, I've got silver ones. I've got golden ones. I've got platinum ones. That's more for like show. I have magical ones that I give to most of our rangers.
What do these magical arrows do?
Some of them just kind of hit harder, pierce a bit farther. I have a couple ones that are kind of experimental, but no one has really taken those from me. Haven't wanted to try those yet.
What do those do?
Well, I was imagining what would happen if I took some of the more explosive Fey magics and put it on the tip of an arrow. It hasn't always been good in the tests, but it's something I was looking forward to working with someone on, but I haven't found the right person.
Can I have 10 of those?
Excuse me?
Can I have 10 of those arrows? Do you have 10?
I mean, I only have like 5 made, but
Can I buy them from you? I'll be your guy. I'll be your tester.
You want to test?
I'll go try down some demons.
You want to test my arrows?
Yeah, I mean, anything bad that'll happen to a demon's fine by me. They turn to a chicken or they die.
Huge smile comes across Delinaris' face and brings over 5 arrows. Again, kind of sets them out on the table. All right. These are the first ones I've been working on. The other ones, they aren't ready yet. But I don't know if all of them are going to work, but you can give it a test for me. They're supposed to explode like a seed. You see that there's like almost like a seed pod at the end of each arrow. It'll explode like a seed, and it'll grow rapidly. So if you're lucky, it will, wrap someone else real tight from the arrow hit. It'll do the damage, and then it'll entangle them.
Delinaris, you have no idea how much up my alley this is.
No one has ever wanted to work with me on it.
This is great. Yeah,
You're great,
okay,
mate.
I'll use these 5. I'll go f up some.
You can't just
demons
take
with
them. They you have to pay for it.
Yeah. I pull out just like a sack of gold.
Oh my god.
All right,
onto the table.
whoa, okay.
Artie is just like, what?
I mean, I was just gonna offer 10 gold for the lot because they're a bit more experimental.
Jesus.
But that's a lot.
Here's 12, and maybe we keep this
You just gave
relationship
me 12
going.
platinum
huh?
pieces, mate. 10 gold is 1 platinum piece.
Jesus,
Jesus, how rich are you, mate?
Well, we did.
I don't
we
know
did
who
just
Jesus
sort of
is.
Save your, he's a childhood friend of mine.
Continue.
Long story.
Sorry.
Yeah, we did just sort of save your plane, so we got paid. Payday. Here's 2 platinum pieces, my friend, and let's keep this going, huh?
Looking forward to your
You make some
patronage.
weird shit, and I'll try it out.
Experimental, please.
Yes, experimental arrows. Yes.
Noam, is there anything I can do for you?
Oh, yeah, so I'm kind of a unique fellow. I mostly am in the back casting spells, but I do have some armor I wear. I was wondering if you had any you think could fit me.
Yeah, of course. What do you wear?
Breastplate?
Breastplate.
normally?
Yeah, of course. I've got +1 breastplate, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Already
How much
made.
is that one?
Well, that one normally, usually magical enchantment takes it about like 200 gold more, if not. But I'll take it to like 150. So it'd be total about 200 because the original cost of breastplate is about 50. Does that work?
Can I give you my breastplate as
As a trade-in value? Bring it. Let me
Yeah.
see. I mean, there's scorch marks all over this thing, and a lot of demonic. But if I
I
clean that
cast
up,
prestidigitation and make it look nicer in front of him so he knows that it's not actually changing.
kind of gives you a bit of a skeptical look. Kind of places your hand. I mean, other than the density in there that I can reforge out. I mean, yeah, I'll buy this for 10 gold, so it'd be 190.
Fair enough.
All right, deal.
I'll take 19.
Takes a set of breastplate armor, beautiful with that kind of like leaf work that you're familiar with seeing with the Corellan's Rangers up the front, kind of on the breastplate. It's very, very nice, well done. So you can add a +1 breastplate to your inventory
Sick.
as you sell your breastplate.
And that'll be 19 platinum. I don't know how much we all
19 platinum. You guys can do the math later, divide it amongst yourselves. It was 2,000 platinum, so it's a lot. I'll say you guys split it evenly.
2,000 platinum would be 400 each.
400 each. Okay, so everyone has 400 platinum each, and then you also have the gems, 2 diamonds, and then the sets of rubies, emeralds, and sapphires that are equivalent up to 1,000 gold.
Okay, I'll just do it in the group chat later.
Sounds
if we
good, sounds
figure out
good.
exactly how it goes. Perfect.
Okay,
Sounds
okay.
good to me. That's what I wanted.
All right, who else wants to go next? Anything else? Anyone else wants to buy?
I have spot bonus, but that's later.
Let's start with Fen. Kyle, you and I can talk. You and I can talk between games, so for components and stuff. All right.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Well, Fen is, I know Artie's been running all around, but Fen is gonna try to just grab his attention at some point and be like,
Sure.
hey, Artie, did you want to take that vial of Ica to someone and see if they can't?
Oh, that's a great idea. Yeah, maybe. Oh, what was her name? Conla? No. Who was in charge of the that one person I talked to about the
temple,
wild
Ilfenderel?
magic?
Ilfenderel?
Yeah.
The priestess?
Yeah. What was her name?
Ilfenderel.
Ilfenderel.
Luna Lovegood.
Oh yeah.
As you guys so affectionately
Luna
call her.
Lovegood. Yes. we can bring it to Luna if you would like. I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, sure. Or if we were going like Aren't there like alchemists and stuff? Didn't you
There
say
is a shop that you guys know are aware of. Is Puck's Poultices and Popierre's Potions.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think this.
Quality name.
When I did my initial
Thanks.
like reading on this, it doesn't seem to necessarily be like a potion. It seems to be more of like a bodily secretion, if that makes sense.
Right.
I feel
Sure,
like
yeah, well-
maybe we should try Ofendrel first, and if she doesn't know anything, we can bring it over to the potions.
Yeah, sounds
Sure.
good to me.
Cool. Just to like kind of compact the time, you guys take it over to Fenderel. They identify it, saying that it's the same thing. It's like demon bodily fluid, which is gross. And then, but they can't get any more. She can't give you any more information without an alchemist kit, which is what you guys remember. What you remember thinking.
Oh yeah.
Is that you guys need an alchemist
yeah.
kit to be able to take a big look at it.
Then we'll go to the other.
Okay, you go to the poultices, Puck's Poultices. As you go on over, you ding through the door, and see that it's a tiny shop. You actually have to bend down about halfway to get through the archway, as there are these two little pixies who are both currently arguing and throwing different like potions at each other, which are exploding in gases on the side of the room. And they're both kind of like yelling in high-pitched noises. But as soon as you come through the door, both of them snap to attention and then like act as if nothing was wrong. The two of them rush out to the corner. Hey, how can we help you?
Hi, yes. We were hoping to pick up like an alchemist kit.
Yeah. Why don't you go and get it for him? What? No, Puck, you can't tell me what to do. No. You got it for him. I'm gonna. And then you said that they like start like talking at like 1,000,000 miles an hour.
Fen, do you know how to use an alchemist kit?
No.
Should we
No.
just have them look at it instead?
Yeah. Actually, excuse me.
What? You see the two of them currently have their hands around each other's throats.
You see, my friend and I, we have something rather odd that we're trying to, sort of like assess the properties of, maybe see if we can't make something to counteract it, but it's quite dangerous.
Ooh.
Do you happen to know anyone who might have some expertise who'd be willing to help us out?
I can! The two of them kind of like arguing over each other. We're the best
Well,
potion
Right.
makers in
the-
all of Sanctuary. If we can't do
The
it
good
with our
news
kit,
is
no
we
one
have
can.
two of them, so both of you guys can look at it, and I'll just like take an empty potion, like glass vial, like pour half into each of them, and then hand one to both.
Nice.
Nice, good stuff.
Really though, can't emphasize enough, it's extremely dangerous, so if you can sort of manage to not throw it at each other or get into a big fight, that would probably be for the best.
Puck puts on this little pixie with like now you see to be like these green fluorescent like wings and like a apron. He kind of looks like a mechanic if they were like a tiny pixie form, but with these nice like little green pixie wings. Listen, I'm a professional. You can trust me, okay?
All right. Yeah, so
Come back end of
here
day
it
tomorrow.
is.
Come back tomorrow, and then we'll have it ready for you.
End of day tomorrow.
Sorry, I
Is there
meant
any-
in the beginning of the day tomorrow.
Great. Great. Do we need to leave you any like money?
Well,
Or-
yeah. I mean, it's a service charge.
Well, yeah, you just said come back, and then that was all you said. So I didn't know if you wanted us
Well,
to pay
it's going
you
to
or
depend on
what.
how like complicated it is. So I'm going to give you like general rates tomorrow.
All right. So yeah, again, just I know you're a professional, not trying to sound condescending. We'd really like it if you could figure out like an antidote to counteract the properties of it.
Okay. The two of them
Right.
look at each other and they both say in unison, "Daddy Gold."
Sure. Yeah, why not?
Great.
And Fen takes out 3 platinum pieces and puts
Perfect.
them on the.
And they are now like kind of going through and looking at each of the vials.
Cool.
Perfect. We are basically at time, but
Great.
and we can finish this off tomorrow too if you guys want to still do a little bit of shopping. But before you guys go, Fen, as you like go to Solaris's place at the end of the day, as you guys are all like going to go to bed, Solaris turns to you. Ben, and everyone else, I'm not going to be able to go with you down to the south. The lady asked me to stay here to look over the ranges and defend the sanctuary.
Oh, all right.
So I guess I'll have to see the group of you then.
Great. Well, sorry.
No, yeah, I just had things I've been thinking about. Ben, how are you doing?
You know, it's been a wild day to say the least. Lots of ups and downs, but
Right.
honestly, I feel great. Like,
Yeah.
what we did with those plants back there and closing the portal, like, it's the first time that I've been here that I've felt like this is where I belong, you know? And meeting my dad was a bit of a flop, but then again, so's he, so I'm not really that pressed about it, honestly, and I got a really important piece of information from him, and I'm just really grateful to have met you, I guess. I've never known anybody who's believed in me like you do. It really means a lot.
Kind of wipes his cheek a little bit. Yeah, it's been an honor for sure. Here, I want you to have something. Give me one sec. He goes into his side cabinet. When he comes out, he pulls this small box. It looks to be about maybe 2 feet across. It's tiny, like it's what you would maybe fit a scarf in. And he opens it, and there's this beautiful mantle with a little bit of with a small brooch on it. Since I can't accompany you to the south, you'll wanted to be able to help in some way, so I wanted to give you this.
Well, what is it?
It's a magical mantle. It will protect you, and it will also, and he plucks off one of the stars. If you use this, it will fire a little bit of starlight at your enemy. Places it back onto the mantle. It was my mother's. Not really a caster myself, so can't use it very well. But you can make good use of it.
Thank you. Thank you. And Fen is gonna reach out to hug him if he'll let her.
Oh yeah, he does definitely. Right, make good use of it, and get back alive, because I want to talk to you about something when you get back from killing that thing. Yeah.
Well, that's the plan, so
Perfect.
I guess I'll see you then.
Of course. You see one of the kids barges in now and like pulls on his leg. Dad. All right. Yeah. Sylph, I'm coming. I'm talking. The kids.
I get it.
Yeah. You have a good night. Thanks, Fen.
You too.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Goes off, leaving you with the mantle, and you all with your sleep. And that is where we're going to go ahead and end today's game. Woo! All right, a little bit of a shorter one today, but thank you all so much for being here. I hope you guys enjoyed. And next week, we will not be here with the Grim Troupe. We will be here with Gavin's amazing one-shot, which you guys get super hyped for. But don't worry, we'll be back the following time. Jared will be guesting again, continuing as Spyler with the group as they go on to defeat the second demon incursion. Should be a super fun time.
Yeah.
We're super excited. Jared, thank you for being here. I love you, buddy. I'll promise you get more screen time next time.
Thank you. No, I loved it.
Yeah. Awesome. Before we get out, just wanted to have a couple of shout outs to Spooboo, who followed us a little while ago. Thank you so much for being here, Spooboo. And thank you to all of you guys who've been continuing to watch the show. We're so grateful for you. I think that's it, y'all. I think that's it. Be kind to each other out there. And this is Stop, Drop, and Roll. Signing off.